room, can clear angles out as well with that Roomba, and can punish a team for being a little bit slower on the draw, for giving you that time just instantly blitz in towards a site and get the spike down before you even in an area to stop them from planting.
Yeah, and of course to kind of add on a little bit more, the Reyna pick, which has been quite standard for TSM on Ascent, is such a situational agent. There's like ways that you can make the Reyna shine, but there's also a lot of ways that you can't. So we'll see how that ends up being utilized right now. Over towards B main, not looking into tiles quite yet, while Envy are developing this push over towards the A side. Finesse playing on the A main side while the rest of the team pushing in through tree, and they get the initial contact play off some of that utility. The paranoia in Haze with a fast dink onto Victor, and that is the exact blitz that you don't want. They lose their fast player, and they're all relatively low. They're gonna push in, do what they can, but they're all so low they can't afford to take this fight 3v4 as Sabrosas let them back away.
Look at the patience, though. Again, TSM do not leave their sights. Like, Bang has not left B. Crashies, or sorry, Leviathan considered walking towards mid, decided to go actually back, but now Crashies has pushed all the way up towards ramp, up into A heaven. There's two players hell, so he can't actually get a good angle on them. But when Envy decide to attack this site, they are not going to expect a player being up here. They can get that crunch, but very low HP to work with on Marvin Ye.
Give a recon bolt. Yep,
oh, there it is.
And they know exactly where they're looking at least one player. There's the first player that drops in. They're all so low, just down to Marv, 29 HP, going up against Wardell, and of course, he's got it. That's the first round for TSM.
I really like TSM setup in that round. Playing Haze, or sorry, Sabrosa behind the green boxes there, ready with that paranoia, while you have that Killjoy all the way over in the corner, you know, playing off the tower, getting that fire where you can see them exiting out of tree room. Very nicely done from TSM. And again, the patience we will continue to note for TSM. They do not quickly rotate off their sites. They will not be fooled by any sort of fake hits on a site. They will hold their ground, although they are mixing things up for the time being. This time around, Bang is going to be moving over towards A main. 3 players here stacking up to see if Envy were going to hit this site. But as soon as they realize, wait a second, no one's here, now you expect a little bit to change.
I still think if this continues, they might be a little bit more prone to lurks. We saw Crashies get a lot of space and even waited in defender spawn for a little bit. We'll see if that kind of becomes like a reoccurring theme. Victor pushes back some of the TSM members with the paint shells. Hasn't really had a lot of success yet. And eventually Sabrosa will just take the battle. The jumping classic will find its mark, but Wardell's like, oh, wait a second. That's not where he's supposed to go. Bang, though, will be able to nullify.
Spike down
now to Finesse, who finds another pick, and it's a 1v2, which could be a little bit too close for comfort for what was invested. But, you know, TSM come out on top.
Yeah, you know, Leviathan was able to find a couple of kills over on the B site and mid with the areas, of course. And then because TSM had leaned so heavily over towards A, like this idea of Envy trying to filter maybe 1-2 players in towards Cat, sell a hit over there while their spike is actually chilling out in B main. Well, one after another just kept coming, and TSM were able to shut it down with Bang in the end. Now, the investment for Envy, and they are just going to be playing a quick default for the time being. 3 over towards A main, seeing if they can maybe find a pick, but the one-way goes down, and I don't really want to push past that. Bang, however, does. Going inside the smoke. Oh, I love this from Bang. Does he get the angle? Not quite. Actually gets slowed down on the way out, so he's gonna have to run on out of here, but Wardell's even boosted up on the Sage Wall too.
Yeah, they have to worry about the A main push though, and you see Bang is trying to go back to his homework, and Marv just found his number on Sabrosa for now. Can he close the door? There it goes, and it's being sprayed down. It's broken quite yet. Wardell on the boost, we like that, but look at the fast moves there from Victor. That's what we talked about. He's already taking control of heaven. And that means TSM are gonna struggle to fight back into the site, though Bang finds a great pick. On to Victor, still 3v3 that's what remains. Lots of injured members here for Envious. They're just trying to keep their boots on the ground. Flank around for Finesse as he's being flanked around by Haze.
So many flanks.
Don't catch each other. Still gonna be a good position for Finesse. Wardell, so patient with the op. He doesn't want to be losing it. Doesn't have anything else to work with. Has to have Bang lead him. no utility, no Lear, no nothing. They've got to go in completely dry. Hayes coming in from the backside there. The door's closed, which means Finesse is going to really struggle to get back into the site. They find two picks fast, and now it's just down to Finesse, who was lurking the whole time. Up in heaven, it's ticking. If he can take out Bang, he can win the round. No, Hayes, he's got it. That's the third round for TSM.
Yeah, the door was closed off from Finesse there, so he wasn't able to actually get an angle to join that fight a little bit more quickly. It ended up being the enemy Killjoy Hayes pushing through A main that was able to get involved a little bit more swiftly and end up helping TSM. Also TSM, I mean, just individually clearing down through hell, winning all their fights on that retake. Because in this position of 3v3, you look at it, it doesn't look like the easiest move for TSM to come away with that round, but they realized, hey, that door's closed. We only have to worry about Heaven and A main. And we just ran all the way through A main, so Heaven's pretty much the only option. And TSM will find their third round. They continue to love having Wardell play over towards Catwalk. See if they can get a catch through tiles. It's a good tag from Ye, and even gets Wardell. Ye showing up big.
Oh man, that's off down. Marshall versus Sabro's like, come on, you guys can't finish him. You guys can't finish him. He's off the swing there. Smoke off to let them into the A side. Spike still nowhere near as the shock darts come in. Sabrosa alive with 3 HP. See Marv going to close the door. They're going to try to break things down in the meantime.
Sabrosa just finds a third. Praxius is able to trade him back, but good lord. Sabrosa shutting down the Sheriffs of Envy with ease.
I think sometimes this lurk from Finesse is going to be kind of put in question. You can see he's joining now, but he has to.
Spike planted.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the luxury of having additional members that are there to support Crashies, particularly Marv, Victor, or Ye. 2v3, doable, but going to be difficult. Burberry spots one player out, and Finesse here, he's going to have to worry about the players rushing in. One player already tagged. They drop down. Finesse finds Bang, but he was the injured member. A quick trade there. Levi just going to make it a nightmare for Finesse, but now the 1v1! The Red Bull clutch for Finesse!
Finesse finds a Phantom and trades up to an Operator after clutching out the round. Beautiful play from him to show up there. I mean, he's stuck in hell. TSM know exactly where he is going to be, but he made the choice to sit down there, wins that first one. I mean, he's getting spammed through the wall the whole time, but he's calm, he's cool, he's collected, and he shows up to find that round for Envy. Very nicely done, and it's not even off the back of a flank. You'll notice, like, I think it was Leviathan was just waiting at bench, holding that cat flank from Finesse the entire time. It never ended up happening. Once the spike hit the ground, that's when he made the rotation over, but Finesse was able to mix it up, and Bang gets one through the smoke, because why not?
And that smokes down. They don't have anything else to work with for the rest of this round. If you count Ye Smokes, who has now been spotted. Hayes knows where he is. They might need the support to help deal.
You
should just have to wait. Wardell's coming. Hayes can back away. Shot's gonna miss. Is he gonna boost up? No. Uh-oh. I'm dealing with this lockdown. Levi! Oh, he even gets that second shot. They're just waiting for the lockdown to give him the space to get in. Wardell's gone. As they push on and Showstopper to get the space into the site. The site has been cleared, but the spike officially being planted. Ye just picking off anybody who deems themselves equivalent to push in. I think they are worthy. You are not. Ye is just taking names. There's his third. That's the third name. You'll get Bang. Another round for Envy. What a round. Very well done.
Look, Ye decided to let Hayes live once. You know, didn't pull the trigger when he saw the cross around me. He said, yeah, watch yourself. This is a warning. Next one hits true, and he lands 3 in a row to get that round for Envy. Very nice coming out from him. And I mean, it's been an interesting map to sort of watch unfold. Just an Operator kind of sprinting it down mid, getting into a very aggressive position. Knowing that TSM don't put a whole lot of contest around that mid area, and you can see now on the pistols, a little bit more aggressive stance from Hayes, but gets punished from that long angle. All those close angles going to be cleared out. Wall banged through from top of mid as well, and there's a couple areas you got to worry about. That exit, when you get straight out of B, there can be players in pretty much everywhere, and yeah, double shock dart right there on lane. That is also beautiful. Why not? You get a kill towards Mark, kill towards B, it's almost certain that TSM going to be stacked a little bit more over towards A. They might not expect a second player up in that cubby, though. This could be a kill for Sabrosa if he gets the timing right, and he doesn't.
He is just on top of it. He is so on top of it. Hasn't skipped a beat for half. Victor also has had a pretty great start. Flawless round. We knew that with what was said, but TSM not really having the best economy. This is the round that they'll have to bounce back. What a great kind of momentum shift back. TSM really strong on the pistol. Then
oh, look at the shock darts. Yeah. He just knows. He knew he hit the first one. Knew there was nowhere else really for Leviathan to go. You like seeing that. Envy are gearing up over towards B. There's some interesting things that have happened when they have attacked A. You know, TSM have put a lot of control and emphasis on pushing out of tree room, taking a peek over near tiles, and it's actually baited a lot of TSM members away from A site in the past, and that's why I think TSM are mixing it up and keeping a couple players to hold that spot. But again, it's a full surrender of mid control, just an alarm bot here to allow information that players are moving up that mid area, and Victor doesn't want any piece of that.
Here.
Oh, this is dangerous. I was kind of wondering what they were doing pushing up. He still finds one. It's not supposed to be that easy, eh? It's not. There was a lockdown. You hit in a corner with a slice of pizza, and you find Hayes regardless. That is insane. Now what do you do, Envy? Now what do you do?
B site looking awfully low on resources for the time being, but Envy don't have perfect information of that. They are going to attack through market here. A lot of angles to clear away, but Ye is going to do that the easy way by clearing them all by looking straight down. Do them all kind of at the same time. It's very convenient on that jet. They've got full control over the site. They can slice off half the map and just shut down any entrance into this area. TSM might have to think about saving here. We've got an Operator and Odin, two fairly expensive guns. But Envy are still on the hunt with that lurk. I mean, like, what is this? What is this from Finesse? He's just all the way up here, just is guessing Sabrosa is going to be here, is guessing there's going to be that save call coming in from TSM, and Marv is on the attack as well.
These B hits have been very, very deadly. Okay, close the door, but don't survive. See the door close. Now Marv is going to use his own utility to get in, but B hits have been very good. We talk about that tiles look from TSM. I don't really know. Okay, Wardell finds another one. But even still, with these mid looks, very, very good for Envy. Considering not a lot of pressure towards mid, they find picks on Hayes consistently, whether he's mid or not.
Yeah.
The tiles look doesn't thwart the mid push because they're not doing it every round. So, hack timeout makes sense. What do we do?
Yeah, I mean,
solve it?
They were kind of reading an A hit there, right? They had 3 players committed over towards that A site, so B was always going to be relatively light, and it was just like that one kill with the Blade Storm from Ye that really opened things up. NB were able to take their time, but eventually push through market, and it's not even like we say TSM are giving up a lot of control over mid. They're not putting a lot of resources there. That's not completely uncommon on this map. You know, if you have a Cypher or a Killjoy, you can just put an alarm bot or a tripwire in that mid area and play more onto the site. You also have the door you can work with on market if you want to close that or leave it open to watch the cross into your spawn. There's a lot of versatility in how you can approach rounds like these. The problem feels like for TSM is that in that round they just guessed wrong. You know, they were committed too far over towards A, and then it's very hard to retake a site with the operator in hand and already a 3 versus 5. But it's kind of the dancing that Envy is doing as well. They're not giving TSM a lot of opportunities to find that one pick. While 4 players were walking down mid in the last round, well, you had Marv that was chilling over by ticket booth outside B main, not pushing in solo, not giving a pick opportunity over to his opponents. Again, you can find similar looks from Envy in this round, where it's a 3-man buddy system playing over top mid. And it's just going to be a hold from Ye. So not aggressively peeking into an angle. Sure, he can't be traded from this spot, but easily take the shot and then dash on out if you even need to.
Oh, there you go. There's so much that happened this round, and it's already fallen apart. Wardell now just going to give himself a little bit of cover. He stops the push into A, but already so many picks have happened. So Sabrosa puts down a smoke mid and TPs into it and then gets obliterated by Crashies, as that was just an obliteration onto Marv. Similar. They look quite similar. Rest of the round still not over yet, though. We can talk about breakdown after. 3v2.
Vanessa has no help here to get this cross going over, and Sabrosa's going to revive as well, so they're calling back Yay. Crashy's in a good position to knock down the resurrection, and the distraction actually lets them into the B site. Look at that. So chaotic this round with the res and with the peek out of Pizza that Yay's even able to get a third, and they're going to put the spike on the ground.
Yeah, but Yay's really low. Levi can definitely make this work. Swaps to the op. I don't know if that's the best choice, at least initially, to look in. No, he's going to go with it. Okay. Has shock darts available. Has the drone available as well, but may not want to drone in the off chance that he gets swung on. Alarmbot's going to spot him out. Yay. Getting close towards him. Look at the timing on this utility to swing. He has no choice. All he could do is just find the inevitable, which was death. But that round was so interesting. Sabrosa TPing in, and they had players going down Cat, and of course the swing from B main, and it was all prepared by Envy, Ender. All of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably what TSM were using the tack time out for, right? Is trying to figure this one out. But an operator holding B main, I don't think Ye's actually held that position yet. And they just weren't expecting it at all. He's able to shut it down. And even then, the round did look winnable, especially when the spike couldn't get across from tiles. But with all the havoc that was going down in mid, and with TSM really lacking information, right? TSM had full control over mid, but no information as to how far Envy could have gotten in their spawn, if, you know, where exactly the spike was going to be, all these sorts of things. So weren't exactly prepared for it, and that allowed Envy to get onto the site and ultimately stop Leviathan from doing much with that operator in hand.
And even now, TSM looking for some mid control, definitely a little bit more passively. Oh, they're sending Bang in. He's working so slowly. Okay, who's in tiles? Okay, spots one, finds it. That's it. We don't need any more. They're all going to scatter now for TSM. They find what they're looking for.
Yeah, TSM, much like on Breeze, playing very aggressive defensively, trying to peek out of that cat area. And they've been burnt in the past, right? When there's a lot of players in that A main lobby, if you peek out cat, that just gives up A site unless you have someone playing up towards heaven. This time, though, Envy were more geared around top mid, and now deciding to move over towards that B site. TSM playing off the site currently. That Killjoy ultimate not necessarily going to clear a whole lot. It does look like Bang wants to get in a position to try and find that first kill. Perhaps dismiss out with 2 seconds left on the clock. He's going to back away, and it's just a push in towards mid now from Envy.
Yeah, this is a great spot for Sabrosa. Oh no, position given up, but Ye's still not looking. Oh no. Still manages to cross. How has Sabrosa gone unchecked? Oh, this is not good. Wardell. Sabrosa finally finds a pick on the last lurking member. Finesse Ye is the last member standing. And he can do all that he can, all that he might. A great round from TSM. I loved Sabrosa there. Such a phenomenal position. Even when he gives it away, somehow still unchecked, unfazed by Envy. And that was a great round for TSM.
I do not think fakes work against TSM. These guys do not leave their sights, you know? So Bros is going to stay on cat the entire round, and he is going to be perfectly happy with that one. Envy really tried to sell it with the lockdown over towards B, but there wasn't really much other follow-through. They just sprinted through mid, and sure, that let them get past Sabrosa, was holding that cat angle from bench, but it all shut down oh so quickly, and he will still have enough money to go into this round. Hunter's Fury as well for the post plant, or to try and clear someone off site. Looks like they want to try and clear him in the back there. Crashies gets his, and maybe a tag on site too. Wasn't able to find that onto Leviathan, but one is exactly what you're asking for.
Oh, the TP here from Sabrosa. He's looking to help out. He doesn't want them to get the control, but they've already lost Levi. It's just down to Sabrosa. The dunk from the showstopper. Wardell finds a consolation prize. But Bang's now the last member standing. What an execute there from Envy. A lot going on, but it started with a patented Crashies Hunter's Fury. Finds pick. Sabrosa TP's back to help. Can't survive. That B hit is deadly.
I mean, that's why you picked the Raze, right? Aerial supremacy. You have Raze boosting up. I don't think Jet was boosted there, but in theory you could. You have the Hunter's Fury from downtown as well coming through from Crashies. It is just so hard. Like, you can't really hide anywhere on that B site. Usually you funnel back into Boathouse, but that rocket is going to get you nearly every time. I also think, like, the way that Envy have been using the Raze has been really nice as well. Clearing out common angles. You know, if it's over on A, they often are using those paint grenades to find the clear of behind green boxes. make sure they can get onto that site with relative ease. And Bang is going to get hunted down here. There's one more. Don't turn the corner. Don't turn the corner. Okay, we'll just miss out.
Yeah,
That's fine.
he can.
He's fine.
6-4. And 3 of the rounds for TSM were in the first 3. So it's been a very good half for Envy. Very, very, very good half. And they're going back to what's not broken. 2 rounds left, 2 B hits. That's an easy 8-4 for Envy. Right? What did TSM change? What did TSM adapt to that? Actually, I think this is maybe one of the first times that Levi's actually peeking into B main. He's going to get pushed back by the drone.
Yeah, I really wanted to find that one, but he has to give it up exactly. It's possible TSM could look to push a little bit more aggressively out of A main. Again, they've got 2 players playing right next to that one way, and their B site is left alone. This is the one of the weaknesses of slowly rotating is your team just does not have assistance on the site nearly fast enough. Now they're looking for that flank, and that could blow open the round because you'll see Envy are taking things a little bit more slowly. They're trying to back away now, and there's not just one, but there's 2 players from TSM turning around the corner.
What a punch there from Victor. The Brosa's got to have to make it up big, and that's why he's playing it passively, because he knows, okay, Bang wins that duel, then maybe I can push up with him, but now you're just like, yeah, I'll take these for free.
He
Still
gets
Crash,
2
he's
there.
playing slow. Oh, he comes back for more. No, you never come back for more. 1 ice cream's more than enough. Levi now the last player standing, 3v1, and they know, okay, there could be players anywhere.
I mean, Envy are playing every position. They got a player in their spawn, enemy spawn, and mid. What else can you ask for? The sites, forget about them. It's attacking. You just own their defender spawn. That comes first. They can get that planted, no problem. I like this from Leviathan. He will be heard grabbing that, but take the orb, because now he has a chance to get it in the final round. He's 4 away currently with a kill or death.
10 seconds left.
3. Not too bad here to get your Hunter's Fury before the half ends.
Nice. Trying to pick onto Levi as well. Looking good. Very good half from Envy. You know, they've got really good control around the B side. You could see TSM trying to provide variance. And I think some of the highest success rate for TSM has been this control of mid. But it relies a lot of manpower, right?
Left.
3 players in that 1 successful round had to be mid. So Brosa, deep mid. They have 2 players in dog. There's just so many players that have to be there to kind of help thwart anything that is happening. And it's just not feasible to commit that many members to mid.
Somehow Envy just keep getting the reads right. You know, this time it's finally TSM playing an extra player over towards B2 in mid, trying to take control there. They're on a pretty scattered buy for the time being on that TSM side, but once again, it's Envy poached around A, poached around mid, and a nice little pixel to play with on the wall here. That's what Wardell loves to do. We haven't seen him do it too much, I don't think, at least on camera. We haven't gotten that caught. With an operator in hand on the stage, he'll leave himself just a pixel to play with. Here he has a couple angles he can pop on over, and Bang is able to get one and heal out. That's pretty important for TSM if they're trying to steal around on a scattered buy.
Oh yeah. Wardell, be careful. You might get swung on. Yep. Okay. He's just trying to retreat, trying to get a little more space. Playing it close, finds finesse. Things are looking real good for this last round for TSM. 2 players now remain as they are entering into the site. Great positioning. 1 player gets cooked up, and that's the spike carrier as well, just down to Marv. And all these upgrades have been collected by TSM. Did not expect a flawless round to come in, and yet here we are, 7-5. Dominant half from Envy, but still felt a lot closer somehow.
Look, sometimes strategy wins out. That last round, that was just some individual skill showing up the shifts. The quick reaction time on Wardell to find that one, very nicely done. And we go into a second half that is going to be so incredibly tight between these 2 teams. They've been battling back. Breeze was an absolute bloodbath. You know, Haven, I would say Envy took it pretty convincingly, especially once they got over onto the attacking side of things. But I feel like this series is delivering just as much as we were hoping for. It's been super fun to watch, and I can't wait to see what Envy and TSM have planned. We're going to have to jump to a quick break before we come back and wrap this whole series up.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The last half of this best of 3 series. And it doesn't even feel like it's been that kind of drawn out. Like, this has been a meaty, hearty meal that Ender and I have had the pleasure of enjoying over the past several hours. And it ends with this last half. And somebody moves on and somebody has to go down to losers. And it's been so close for this first half, Ender. Now we get to see the final one here on this pistol.
We absolutely do. Ye going to be rocking a Sheriff. Doesn't actually want to peek up mid once he heard that that drone coming on down. We'll end up backing away for the time being. TSM just creeping up towards Catwalk right now. Entering into the tree room. And I mean, there's not really anyone holding. I think Finesse is playing over by Switch. So they can get in here pretty easily. Maybe start pressuring up towards A Heaven as well if they wanted to move on in. But it's going to be Envy forced way back on the site. But Finesse gets the first.
Uh-oh, paranoia. Finesse gets taken down. And of course, Marv just trying to provide some cover fire. Doesn't quite make it up, but Ye's already here. This is a much faster retake than TSM might be anticipating, and Ye has to back away because the Sheriff's not quite working out. Wardell playing close to his chest as it's just down to a couple members. 2v2. Ye and Crashy's working in tandem. Spike's still not planted. We come to give them intel. That's Wardell down, and Hayes, you gotta move up, bud. The Spike's nowhere near you. That's the round for Envy.
Really unfortunate for TSM there. They weren't able to get the spike down on the ground quickly because the entry onto the site looked good for them. You know, they still had a player in A main watching Heaven, making sure that Envy couldn't creep out. But because they were pressured to try and get that spike on the ground, time was starting to tick. They really had to commit forward there, and Wardell had to take a rough fight for them. I'm actually a little bit shocked how it even happened because it did look like TSM was on the site easily after taking down Victor as well. But when Crashy's dropped down here, you had that Sova doing so much work and just not allowing the spike to hit the ground. And well, TSM are going to be forcing into this next one. A couple of Spectres, not a whole lot of utility either. And Ye getting the first one here too. Ye are going to be able to pick up the Spectre, but now you are working against the economy of Envy. And in the corner too, Victor trades one. Ye is there as well. It's all lining up for Envy.
Yeah, this force up is a little tricky now. 1v4 for Sabrosa. Possible, but challenging when you're dead. When you're dead, it's a little bit, it's tough to win a 1v4. It can be very difficult. 9-5. Hitting the Dolly Parton early here as Envy are picking up a lot of steam. And this is going to be a round that TSM can't really participate in. Envy's feeling good about the economy. Having a great start like this is deadly for TSM fans because this is how a run develops, okay? You lose the force up, now you're stuck down. Envy's going to have so much time to build their economy. And once TSM start to get rolling, it'll be difficult to stop the Envy train.
I was wondering if TSM were going to maybe put a little bit more in just because I think they had 1 or 2 players saving in the prior round. Sucked in and shot down. Marv will get that kill. Put down the Molotov, of course, to stop everything. And look at this, aggressively pushing out from Cat into mid on defense. The spike isn't here, so we're about to have a serious crunch down as Ye knows TSM is in here.
He doesn't have a lot of time, though, because the pros is coming. But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
matter. Crashy just mows them all down. Ye still finds the frag. It's flawless for Envy.
Okay, I mean, look at that. Ye doesn't even need to be there. And Crashies is still getting all the work done. You know, I have been very pleasantly surprised there. The coordination between Ye and Crashies not shown to the fullest because Crashies just killed everyone before Ye could get there. But on Breeze especially is when I started noticing Crashies and Breeze working so well together. Drones to get Ye into a good position. Ye stepping up forward with an operator or Marshall to get Crashies into a tight corner too. It has been very pleasant to see between the two. And now Ye has been able to upgrade that Sheriff into an operator. He's going to be playing all the way back in A Heaven too. The rest of his team stacked a little bit more over towards that B site. Crashy's
not gonna get that lucky again. you're not gonna get that lucky, all right? Slow it down.
I mean, TSM are really taking their time with this one as well. They've got all rifles here, so they want to be precise on it. Wardell doesn't get the kill with the boost up, though. And he gets shot down through the wall. Crashies, he keeps getting away with it.
Okay, maybe he is going to get a little bit lucky. That boost, he managed to get attacked early on. Wardell was down to 90, and he still boosted up, and he boosted right up into a drone. Oh, he's running. Marvin's like, I saw you. I saw you. There's no way.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
He just showed a gun.
But still doesn't find the frag. Sabrosa has to back away. Marvin's like, what the heck? How did I lose all my HP? Bang now pushing in. Doesn't have a lot of time, but guess who's there? It's the turret. Crashies off the swing. Levi just popping off, making sure that they can get to this B site successfully. Ender 2v3 still very doable. For Envy here.
An operator in the hands of Ye. I mean, it means he has to find this first pick or it's almost all over. You still have
2v2 for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Hayes is playing outside of B main, right? He's not even going to give the kill over. He might even have post-plant mollies or something he can get done from B main as he holds as long as he possibly can. Finesse is just going to grab this operator and run on out of here. Even better for him as he held on to 50 armor too, which is really big. Can save himself an extra 1,000 credits in the bank here too. But it looked like it was going so poorly for TSM initially because there were like 2 or 3 times they saw a gun peek past a wall, but they weren't able to convert into a kill. They got like some damage down on the spam through, or you had Sabrosa pushing up through mid to try and get some damage down himself, but they were able to convert it in the end on a good retake with Sabrosa pushing back in through market and getting that crossfire going. And now Finesse holding on to that operator is going to be very nice to keep in the hands of Ye here and keep the ball rolling for Envy.
Thank you.
This was very interesting part of the round. I really want to see what Levi was able to get done. He just took 3 1v1s just like that. That is
just like that.
Just like that. Like there's nothing else to it. You just like
sign him.
Like yeah.
What are you doing, TSM?
Yes. Yes. Uh oh. Gotta run. Envy's on the run. Paranoia pushing them back. Hunter's Fury to kind of combo up here. They're out the tree roof. Nobody's up cat to kind of receive. A Hunter's Fury to answer back. Saying, okay, what you can do, I can do better. Nope. Doesn't find the frag.
I can do equally as well as they both damage the enemy's duelist. Oh man, I mean, now TSM have actually made this full rotation over towards the B site. Killjoy is set up here. That's going to be useful for Envy, knowing that there's 3 players actually stuck over on that A site. And, well, Wardell gets the kill with the boost here. Spike is stuck outside of the wall, and they're getting slowed down by that turret. They have to deal with Finesse before they get the spike on the ground.
I like this from Finesse. He's not taking the fight to Wardell. He's just trying to take the fights as they come. He finds one as a result. Does get traded. Bang healed up. Armor online. That overheal. We're just trying to decide. Oh, they can get a res.
Get the res, yeah.
Very, very good.
Are there any bodies they... Okay, there is a body, yeah, that was over on lane that they're able to get very nicely, but Crashies is here. The timing works out, and now it's a 2v1. Wardell, can you do it?
Oh, no, it was the bait, the res bait. That has to hurt. And what are they looking for? Maybe an op, something? Yeah, no op. No op here. Wardell would not.
There's an op somewhere.
There's an op somewhere.
Oh, pump it.
Trying to buy him some time.
There's an op somewhere. Okay, yeah, pump it. Yep, nice.
Nice. Good comms. Good comms.
Yep. Okay. Good comms. Good comms. No time. No time. Diffuse. Diffuse. Run.
Wow.
Save. Okay, we got it. Nice. Okay, wow. Envy win the round. They clutch up at the very end. I mean, it was such unfortunate timing there because literally everything TSM did, they started planting with Bang, and they're like, no, wait, Wardell, you're 1 point from ulti. You can res the player lane. Okay, so they drop the spike, they plant it, and now with the extra 8 seconds they've given Envy with that whole switch around, Envy have now made that push through B main. They're there to kill the res, and they just show up so nicely there. 2 wins away from moving on in the winner's bracket.
Tack timeout. This is exactly what TSM need. Now, mind you, economy's not really feeling too hot right now. So this tack timeout might be for a future round, might be for how they kind of want to approach their attack in general. Let's talk a little bit about the defense and what's been working so well for Envy. Like, what is the reason for this tack timeout? Well, B-side hit isn't working as effectively as the B-side hit from Envy, as Envy have done a little bit of a better job of holding on. Now, mind you, there was that round with Levi, popped off. That's the only round that they won. Other than that, it's been a pretty tight hold for Envy.
Yeah, to be fair though, right? We had like the pistol round that was like very close, and then you had the force up from TSM. So you actually had TSM on pretty abysmal buys. Those first 3 rounds are not actually going to be on rifles. So since then, it is 1-1. So I don't think it's as doom and gloom for TSM as perhaps the scoreboard indicates. Of course, Envy did a lot of great work on attack, and now on defense, procuring those first 3 rounds is absolutely massive for them. But TSM can definitely find a way to turn this around, and they have decided to invest in this one. Leviathan not going to be rocking anything, but they've got a couple of rifles, a Bulldog, and an Ares in the hands of Wardell. Triple stack over towards B from Envy could open up TSM for a bit of an attack here, but I think even they are being a little bit cautious about forcing in to these angles, knowing that on these weaker guns, can be very hard to break into a site. And now they've actually given enough time for Ye to rotate over here with his operator into A Heaven.
Yeah, he did expend the Tailwind to avoid any swing off of the drone mid. The Tailwind's gone, but I think he popped knives as a result. So maybe looking for some quick kills to get the Tailwind again. That's very conditional, right? He needs to find 2 kills before he can just do that. So not having the Tailwind, I wonder if that's going to play a factor. We'll have to see as TSM start to prepare their journey onto this B site. Finesse playing close by logs.
Oh, man.
We've got a Crossfire with Marv. Crossfire, name a better combination here for Envy. The boost again, but Marv's in the same position that Wardell found him last time. The lockdown as well. This is going to be a little bit of a troublesome combination. Envy don't really have the tools to do the lockdown. Marv can get to the back corner of site and survive, but he's just going to play for the retake. Finesse really is just a champion. He's going to hold on to the
2 players detained.
2 players get detained. They don't know where Finesse is. They'll punch them in the mouth hard. As 2 players, 3-4 will come down fast.
Spike
The
planted.
lockdown works out masterfully for TSM. Now it's just down to Victor. What a round there from TSM. This Crossfire looked like it was going to be deadly, but the lockdown just had no answer.
Well, the lockdown was great, and then I'm a little bit perplexed as to what Envy was trying to do in that position. They were hoping that TSM would maybe get a little bit over-eager and leave B main before the lockdown hit, but they didn't, right? Like, you had Marv, who was stuck over in logs, and had a smoke down that he could have put in B main, and then crossed, maybe gotten out of that situation. Sure, you have to worry about getting spammed on through, but given you a little bit better of a chance, I do feel like, at the very least for them. Regardless, holding their ground did not work. The rest of Envy was not quick enough to rotate over. You saw Sabrosa get all the way into the site and come up behind the player that was playing over towards B stairs, rather. So yeah, Finesse was just sort of stuck here. Oh, I see, the drop. Okay. No, because that's right when the smoke dropped. Yeah, I think Finesse actually had a little bit more time to try and escape from there if he had wanted to, but regardless, Envy decided to hold their ground and hope TSM popped out for them, and they're punished for it. On top of that, TSM are able to pick up a whole lot of rifles from the dead bodies of Envy there. 4 in their hands now to try and win an 8.
Moving fast into B, Crashies is really, the weapons aren't great, but that doesn't matter for Crashies. Finds the initial pick up to bang. The swing from Ye, still having that op. TSM focused their attention over towards the A site. They're split up by the Nano Swarm. Hayes takes a little bit of damage, but the TP in. Got a lot that they can work with somehow. Finesse finds a pick and a little bit of chip damage to boot. 2v4 here now as Sabrosa goes on the lurk. Does get jump spot there by Victor. And as he goes up here to Heaven, somehow maybe miscommunicated Sabrosa with 2. Now it's just down to the 2v2. Marv and Ye. Cosmic Divide is up, giving them free reign of the site, but Marv gonna pop out of here. Sabrosa ready with the cross, and now it's just down to Ye. What does he end up doing here? Waiting for the peek. Sabrosa, but the smokes go down. There's the tap shot's good for 1. Now the 1v1. Ye versus Sabrosa. Is he gonna peek through? Smoked himself off. This is good, but the tap needs to be continued tapping. Ye, you don't have a lot of time. You need to get it at least to half. The ace for Sabrosa, and another round for TSM.
Sabrosa showed up huge right there. I mean, that is not a round that TSM should be winning. Once they get traded out on B, Envy doing such a good job playing off of one another there. Yeah, even popping out of the smoke to get that kill. But then it's just a rampage for Sabrosa in the tree room doing so much work. Because again, it's a 3 versus 5. Sabrosa pushed up though and is able to convert into that second kill. And then doesn't trust in the fake from Ye. Goes on through, gets the spam after a little bit. Very nicely done from him, and we still have a whole lot of money, but TSM are starting to get a little bit of that momentum back in their favor.
Initial pick here for Victor off of Cat. Sabrosa's like, all right, I'm going to come deal with this guy. It always seems like when something goes wrong for TSM, Sabrosa like does the dirty work.
Look at this guy.
He does the dirty work to try to get, well, it's just unfortunate that the reverse is just what happened to him. Finesse with that pick. But, you know, he tried.
Look, he really likes that room. After last year, he's like, maybe if I go there again, I'll get an ace.
Yeah.
No, this time, Envy had a plan, breaking the glass and then playing that person really close right next to Tree. Nicely done from there. And you even have Victor playing all the way back in defender spawn, watching that mid-cross. We can quickly rotate either into A, Heaven, or B if he needs to, and now with the hit onto A. He's going to make that move on over here. Hayes takes so much damage with the Molly, making it so impossible to hit that switch. I love that Molly from FNS.
Bang taking a little bit of damage as well. One little Devour and he'll be fine. As well as the heal available here for Wardell. And he'll Bang if he wants, but kind of pointless for Arena. Lockdown to make matters even worse here for TSM, and they're going to want to try to force the issue. They don't really have a Sova to deal with this, so they're going to just send Wardell. Showstopper in. Good luck. Still finds 2 on the way out, and now Victor just trying to hide, but the detain is coming. Uh-oh! And that's Bang down. Hayes now in a 1v3 has nothing left in the tank. That is match point for Envy.
Envy locking down the site so well there. Got that first pick onto Sabrosa and then held their ground, made sure they had everything in place. The Killjoy utility on point to get the chip damage down before TSM could fully take the site. And then that lockdown, just putting so much pressure onto TSM. It becomes so difficult, especially Sabrosa, who's been having an absolute game for himself here after finding the ace in the previous round, is just running up Cat on his own. And yeah, if it works, it looks amazing, right? You get into a position, no one's watching Tree, you know, maybe you get a pick, you get in there for your team, it causes so much chaos that the A site becomes yours. But as soon as Envy have something prepared for that and watching that slim edge over near Switch, it pretty much blows up the round for TSM. TSM now again on such a miserable buy for them. They've got 2 rifles in their hands, a Sheriff, a Spectre, and an Ares. And remember, it was Sabrosa in the same position 2 rounds ago that found the ace and secured TSM a round. Now they have to give, now he has to have a performance like that if they want to stay alive in this series and stay alive in the winner's bracket.
Have a look at what those possibilities look like, Ender. Lockdown is the only thing available. Sabrosa, I don't know if that orb's been taken A main. Probably has. Not then. Yep, there it is. Probably the ult for Hazed. Lockdown to fake the A site hit. That's where the spikes cheated over anyway. But they're going to send members of A B main as well. This is a interesting hit because the spikes just back and spawn.
I mean, it looks like TSM are trying to get the catch now as the rotate comes through. Spike will go back over towards the B side, but again, Envy are not biting on this fake whatsoever. Hazed is killed outside of A, and now they know, hey, it is on. TSM over towards the B side, but Envy are locking it down.
Oh no, this is not ending well. 2 players remain, Sabrosa and Levi. These are the players that can get the job done. Victor falls first, but still Sabrosa on lane, having to drop down. That's what he's gonna do. Shot's good for Crashies, and Envy will advance.
Envy bringing in Ye on his debut with this roster.